This video will assist applicants in completing the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Limited Second Round Subgrant request for applications. To access the application, go to the Ohio Department of Education's website at education.ohio.gov and search for the key term Comprehensive Literacy. Ohio was granted a $42 million Comprehensive Literacy State Development Grant from the U.S. Department of Education to build on ongoing work to improve the language and literacy development of our state's children. 95% of the award will be distributed to local education agencies, including districts, exempted village school districts, community schools, joint vocational school districts, cooperative educational school districts, early childhood education programs, and educational service centers. The department awarded its first round of subgrants in July 2020, including all available subgrants for birth through kindergarten entry and kindergarten through grade 5. Only applications for grades 6 through 8 and 9 through 12 are requested in this limited second round. All information relating to this award can be found on the department's website. As additional documents are released, they will be available on the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Grant webpage. The goal of the grant is to improve literacy outcomes for children from birth through grade 12 through the development of model literacy sites across the state. This 4-year subgrant will focus on developing model comprehensive literacy sites in each of the state's 16 regional literacy networks and early childhood education programs and district preschools, as well as elementary, middle, high schools across the state. The model sites will concentrate on implementing practices consistent with Ohio's plan to raise literacy achievement. The grant also will support professional learning and coaching. The partnership between the model sites and the department will allow early childhood education programs, districts, schools, and families to improve student literacy and increase educational options available to students who have been traditionally underserved. Local subgrants for this limited second round will be awarded for a 4-year period, beginning with a shortened year 1 in January 2021 and ending in June 2024. Approximately 95% of the award will be distributed directly to local education agencies and early childhood education programs following this distribution. 15% of the funds will be distributed to birth through kindergarten entry subgrantees. These subgrants have already been awarded. 40% of the funds will be distributed to kindergarten through grade 5 subgrantees. These subgrants have already been awarded. 40% of the funds will be distributed to grades 6 through 12 subgrantees. The department is requesting additional applications in this limited second round to award the remainder of the subgrants in these grade bands. In this limited second round, applications for grades 6 through 12 only are being requested. This grade band is comprised of 2 individual subgrants, grades 6 through 8 and grades 9 through 12. Approximately $3.6 million is available at each grade band in this round. As you consider applying for a Comprehensive Literacy State Development Subgrant, please consider the following steps to apply. First, determine if the interested applicant is eligible. Eligibility requirements, including regional eligibility and subgrant prioritization information for local education agencies is available on the CLSD website. Organizations may reach out directly to the department to assist in determining eligibility prior to application submission. Please note that applications for grades 6 through 8 and/or 9 through 12 only are being requested in this limited second round. Step 2 is to submit the intent to apply form along with your local literacy plan. The intent to apply questionnaire is open until the end of September and can be found on the CLSD webpage. This brief online form will provide the department with relevant contact information for potential applicants and information on potential model sites that the applicant intends to propose. Applicants are required to submit a local literacy plan as a part of their CLSD subgrant application. If possible, please submit your local literacy plan along with your intent to apply via the online form. If your organization has not yet developed a local literacy plan, the online form provides guidance on what information should be provided in order to complete this requirement for the intent to apply. Applicants are required to submit a local literacy plan as a part of their CLSD subgrant application. If not developed before submitting the intent to apply, the applicant must develop a local literacy plan at this time. Originally developed for the Striving Readers Comprehensive Literacy Grant, the department created a local literacy plan template and guidance document. The department has also provided voiceover PowerPoints which provide a deeper dive into each section of the local literacy plan template. These are available on the CLSD website. Applicants applying as a partnership will need to also complete a partnership literacy plan. As part of a consortium, a lead subgrantee must be identified. The identified lead subgrantee must complete a partnership, known as a consortium, literacy plan based on the collaboration efforts of each member of the partnership. Please note that each member of the partnership must also complete an individualized local literacy plan. The partnership literacy plan outlines the commonalities across eligible organizations that warrant a partnership. Organizations first need to develop their local literacy plan so that the partnership literacy plan can be developed accordingly. All applicants must submit a local literacy plan with their CLSD subgrant application. Consortium applicants will submit both the consortium literacy plan as well as individual members' local literacy plan. Step 3 is to review technical assistance resources for applicants on the CLSD webpage. These resources include information on adolescent literacy and Ohio's plan to raise literacy achievement and samples of instructional and professional resources. Step 4 is to complete the Comprehensive Literacy State Development application. The remaining time of this webinar will focus on the subgrant application. The request for applications is available on the department's Comprehensive Literacy State Development Grant page. It is critical that applicants review the entire request for applications document. This is a competitive grant award process, and those submitting incomplete applications will not be considered. It is important to come back to the purpose of the CLSD grant as stated at the beginning of this session when considering the use of funds. The purpose of the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Grant is to award subgrants that advance literacy skills and development. These skills include pre-literacy skills, reading and writing for all children from birth through grade 12. All funded activities must support and be consistent with the stated intent of the approved subgrantee. In addition, supplement, not supplant rules apply to this funding. Quality literacy improvement programs typically require investments in program and curricular materials, professional development for teachers, coaching services, quality tutoring services, communications, parent engagement activity, and administrative costs. For the purposes of this limited second round, we are only requesting proposals for grades 6 through 12. The U.S. Department of Education outlined how local entities must use subgrant funds for each age band. This information is included in detail in the request for applications. Grades 6 through 8 and grades 9 through 12 subgrantees must use their funds to develop and implement a comprehensive literacy instruction plan, train professionals to support, develop, administer, and evaluate high-quality literacy initiatives in grades 6 through 12, assess the quality of adolescent comprehensive literacy instruction as part of a well-rounded education, provide time for teachers to meet to plan evidence-based instruction to be delivered as part of a well-rounded education, and coordinate the involvement of professionals in the literacy development of children served. Subgrantees receiving funds for grades 6 through 12 may also use subgrant funds to support literacy coaches, connect out-of-school learning opportunities to in-school learning, train families and caregivers to support improvement in adolescent literacy, provide a multi-tier systems of support for literacy services, form a school literacy leadership team, and provide time for professionals to meet to plan comprehensive literacy instruction. A list of unauthorized activities is available in the request for applications. However, based on questions we have received thus far and common questions from previous grants, we have included specific examples to share today. The narrative section can be no longer than a total of 25 typewritten pages using the following parameters. Narrative, including the executive summary, cannot exceed 25 pages. Double-spaced with 1 inch, use Arial 11-point font. Applicants, including Section J, in their narrative may provide up to an additional 5 pages for the competitive preference addressed. The narrative must address, in sequence, each section identified in the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Subgrant rubric. Each application narrative section contains instructions and the review criteria that reviewers will use to score the section. The department will provide reviewers with concepts and information to use when reviewing and scoring applications. The department has provided an application template for applicants to use, which will assist in the organization of the information required in the application narrative. Use of this template is not required, but is strongly recommended. In Section A, applicants will provide an executive summary. The executive summary is no more than 1 page and gives the reader a vision of the project and the alignment to the application's local literacy plan or consortium literacy plan. It summarizes the amount of funding requested, introduces the grant project goals and activities, and begins to explain how activities will support advancing the language and literacy development of the children served and develop a model literacy site. The executive summary section will not be scored. This section may be posted for public viewing on the department's website. Section B focuses on the identification of proposed model literacy sites, and project goals. The first question asks the applicant to describe the needs assessment conducted to identify how funds will be used to inform and improve comprehensive literacy instruction, aligned to the science of reading at the proposed model literacy site. Applicants should use the needs assessment conducted to develop the local literacy plan, as well as additional data specific to the proposed model site. Next, describe which goal or goals of the local literacy plan the subgrant project will support. The goal or goals of the subgrant application come directly from the applicant's local literacy plan or consortium literacy plan. And finally, describe the theory or rationale for the local project, which may be demonstrated by a logic model. A logic model, also referred to as a theory of action, means a well-specified conceptual framework that identifies key components of the proposed process, product, strategy, or practice. These are the active ingredients that are hypothesized to be critical to achieving the relevant outcomes. Logic models describe the relationships among the key components and outcomes, theoretically and operationally. In section C, the applicant describes the current level of implementation of each strand of Ohio's theory of action and integrated comprehensive systems for the proposed model site. Levels of implementation include exploration, installation, initial implementation, and full implementation. Applicants unfamiliar with implementation levels are encouraged to utilize the resources available through the National Implementation Research Network. The first strand of Ohio's theory of action is shared leadership. Applicants should describe their level of implementation in this strand, including information on Ohio's improvement team structures, barrier removal processes, communication plans, and building level instructional leadership. The second strand of Ohio's theory of action is multi-tiered system of supports. Applicants should describe their level of implementation in this strand, including instruction, assessment, and decision rules related to identifying children in need of literacy interventions or other support services. The third strand of Ohio's theory of action is educator capacity. Applicants should describe their level of implementation in this strand, including curriculum for all subject areas, core curriculum aligned to the science of reading, evidence-based intervention, high-quality professional learning for all educators and administrators, instructional coaching, including traditional or peer coaching, and collaborative planning. The fourth strand of Ohio's theory of action is family partnerships. Applicants should describe their level of implementation in this strand, including identifying needs, inclusion of family engagement in school improvement planning and implementation, and specific programming for engaging families. The fifth and final strand of Ohio's theory of action is community collaboration. Applicants should describe their level of implementation in this strand, including partnerships that promote networks to share successes and challenges, provide opportunities to problem solve, and time to consult to strengthen local literacy plans and community improvement efforts. Additionally, applicants should describe their current level of implementation, exploration, initial implementation, or full implementation of the integrated comprehensive systems for the proposed model site. This can include the completion of an equity audit, equity non-negotiables, proportional representation among staff and students, co-planning and co-serving teams supporting all learners, co-planning and co-serving teaching and learning practices grounded in research and program policies, procedures, and funding aligned with the equity non-negotiables. Applicants unfamiliar with integrated comprehensive systems are encouraged to explore this framework using the link in this slide. In Section D, applicants must describe the fit of proposed model literacy sites. This includes using the implementing site indicators of the hexagon, an exploration tool. This tool will help applicants address the specific areas of fit required, including describing the capacity to implement, the fit with current initiatives, and the fit with student need. Applicants unfamiliar with the hexagon tool are encouraged to participate in a short online course offered by the National Implementation Research Network, linked on this slide. Additional information and resources can be found at the website listed. The applicant must also include other relevant information describing the fit of the applicant and identified proposed model literacy site. This should include a description of an established relationship with the State Support Team's Regional Literacy Network and/or previous successful implementation of literacy grants through the Ohio Department of Education. In Section E, applicants must address the integration and coordination of comprehensive literacy instruction. The U.S. Department of Education defines comprehensive literacy instruction in its 2019 application for new grants under the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Program. Ohio has divided the definition of comprehensive literacy instruction into 4 parts. 1, content of instruction. 2, quality of instruction. 3, resources/materials to support instruction. 4, data to support instruction. Applicants should utilize the information provided in their Appendix 2, Programs, Practices, and Assessments Inventory to address the contents of Section E. The first element of a comprehensive literacy instruction program is content of instruction. What is taught? Comprehensive literacy instruction in this area includes age-appropriate, explicit, systematic, and intentional instruction in phonological awareness, phonics and decoding, vocabulary, language structure, reading fluency, and reading comprehension. Age-appropriate, explicit instruction in writing, including opportunities for children to write with clear purposes, with critical reasoning appropriate to the topic and purpose, and with specific instruction and feedback from instructional staff. Opportunities for children to use language with peers and adults to develop language skills, including developing vocabulary. Links to literacy instruction to the state's challenging academic standards, including standards relating to the ability to navigate, understand, and write about the complex subject matters in print and digital formats. The second element of a comprehensive literacy instruction program is quality of instruction, or how it's taught. Comprehensive literacy instruction in this area includes developmentally appropriate, contextually explicit, and systemic instruction and frequent practice in writing, including emergent reading and writing skills across content areas. Uses differentiated instructional approaches, including individual and small group instruction and discussion. Includes frequent practice of writing and reading, including emergent reading and writing strategies. uses strategies to enhance children's motivation to read and write and children's engagement in self-directed learning, and incorporates the principles of universal design for learning and teachers collaborating and planning instruction and assessing a child's progress and on continuous professional learning. The third element of comprehensive literacy instruction includes the resources and materials to support instruction. Comprehensive literacy instruction in this area includes making available and using diverse, high-quality print materials that reflect language and literacy development levels and interests of children. The fourth element of comprehensive literacy instruction is the use of data to support instruction. Comprehensive literacy instruction uses learner data to support instruction, including age-appropriate, valid, and reliable screening assessments, diagnostic assessments, formative assessment processes, and summative assessments to identify a child's learning needs to inform instruction and monitor the child's progress and the effects of instruction. Applicants should describe how 1. The identified schools will integrate comprehensive language and literacy instruction into a well-rounded education through both existing resources and support from the CLSD grant. 2. The identified school coordinate the comprehensive language and literacy instruction with early childhood programs and activities after school programs and activities in this area. In section F, the applicant describes the implementation of the proposed project to develop a model literacy site by spring 2024. This includes key activities, lead persons, specifics of implementation, resources needed, performance measures, and timeline. Applicants with a well-written local literacy plan should already have this information readily available in Section 6. Additionally, applicants should describe how the proposed implementation activities will lead to the development of a model literacy site or sites that align to Ohio's plan to raise literacy achievement, as well as project goals and proposed budget. The department should see clear alignment between the activities, project goals, and planned budget. Finally, applicants should describe how ongoing assistance and professional development will be provided to staff. Describe how the local education agency will provide ongoing high-quality professional development to all teachers, principals, other school leaders, specialized instructional support personnel, as appropriate, and other instruction leaders served by the school. Please note that all proposed implementation plans and budgets are submitted as part of this application as evidence to the applicant's commitment to develop a model site. Upon selection, the department will work with each subgrantee to update the implementation plan and budget to ensure comprehensive development of model sites. The proposed implementation plan may be substantially modified through agreement between the department and the subgrantee upon selection. In Section G, the applicant describes the plan for monitoring and revising the local subgrant project. This includes planning for monitoring both learner and adult data. Applicants should describe the following: how the project will be monitored through data-driven decision-making, including a plan for using on making. 2, the child/student performance assessments used to monitor progress toward meeting performance goals. And 3, The data to be analyzed to monitor adult implementation of the evidence-based practices or interventions. Applicants should look to Section 7 of their local literacy plan when developing this portion of the application, as well as Appendix 2, Programs, Practices, and Assessments Inventory. Section H of the application focuses on capacity building and sustainability. The applicant must address capacity building and sustainability by describing 1. How the proposed project will increase capacity of the applicant to provide high-quality literacy improvement programming, and how the LEA will sustain the project initiative programming beyond the federal funding provided by the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Grant, and 2. Alignment of project budget with other funds to support the local plan and project. Capacity building and sustainability should also be addressed by discussing how educators throughout the LEA/early childhood program were involved in the development of the plan, and how the LEA gathered support for the proposal, and how funds will be used to evaluate the success of the activities assisted under the subgrant in enhancing language and literacy development. Section I pertains to the budget worksheet and narrative portion of the application. Applicants must complete and upload the budget worksheet into the CCIP as part of the application packet. The budget worksheet details the proposed budget needs for the 4 years of the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Subgrant. It also provides the subgrant request for each of the defined age grade bands. The budget worksheet should reflect spending across the years of the grant that match the planned allocations and include spending across multiple funding and categories, and accurately reflects the spending detailed in the budget narrative. Applicants must use the budget worksheet template that is available on the department's website. The following funds may be budgeted for in each age band the subgrantee is applying to support. Grades 6 through 8, maximum $525,000. Grades 9 through 12, maximum $525,000. The following funds may be budgeted for in each age band the subgrantee is applying to support. Grades 6 through 8, maximum $525,000. Grades 9 through 12, maximum $525,000. The budget narrative provides an itemized budget breakdown and justification by project year for each budget category listed in the budget worksheet. A fully developed budget narrative aligns to the application narrative and the state plan, provides full details regarding timing of all expenditures, and only includes allowable use of funds as described in the request for applications. Budgets should include only allowable use of funds as described in the request for applications. The budget narrative must be included as part of the full application narrative. However, this section will not count towards the application's page limit per the formatting requirements provided in the request for applications. Please note that all proposed implementation plans and budgets are submitted as part of this application as evidence to the application's commitment to develop a model site. Upon selection, the department will work with each subgrantee to update the implementation plan and budget to ensure comprehensive development of model sites. The proposed budget may be substantially modified through agreement between the department and the subgrantee upon selection. In addition, please note that budget narrative must be submitted as part of the application narrative. However, Section I will not count towards the page limit requirement for the narrative. This application includes one optional competitive preference priority, which is the focus of Section J. To receive competitive preference points for the priority, increasing educational options, an applicant can show evidence that the selected schools will focus on effective literacy interventions while also increasing educational options through high-quality personalized learning pathways for students who are traditionally underserved. Such evidence may include the promotion of literacy interventions for students who are economically disadvantaged, with disabilities, are English learners, or are in foster care. These interventions may take place outside of the traditional public school setting, for example, through community partnerships. There are six appendices in the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Limited Second Round Subgrant application. The appendices do not count toward the page limit for the application narrative. All applicants are required to submit completed appendices 1 through 5. Partnership applicants are also required to submit Appendix 6. In Appendix 1, the applicant agrees to fully participate in the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Subgrant activities. Participation in these activities will factor into the determination of continuation of awards. This includes 1. Cooperate with national evaluation. 2. Participating in the annual Literacy Academy each year of the grant, as well as presenting at the academies in years 3 through 5, and participating in technical assistance provided by the department. 3. Participating in department-disseminated training on Ohio's coaching models, the Reading Tiered Fidelity Inventory, and the Ready Schools Literacy Transition Plan as determined by the department. 4. All administrators, coaches, and teachers participating in subgrant activities, participating in department-identified pre- and post-assessments of evidence-based language and literacy strategies. 5. Administering and reporting relevant assessment and data as indicated by age band. 6. Complying with all monitoring efforts of the department pertaining to the subgrant, including programmatic and fiscal monitoring protocols. 7. Being a contributing member of their state support team's regional literacy network and ensuring cooperation of model sites with the regional literacy network. And 8, reporting relevant performance measures as indicated by grade band. To complete Appendix 2, applicants must complete the programs, practices, and assessments inventory. The inventory is available as an Excel file on the department's website. This appendix must be completed for each grade level to be served by the proposed model site, detailing the programs, practices, and assessments currently used as well as proposed additions through potential CLSD funding. Directions are included in each tab of the spreadsheet to assist applicants in completing the appendix. Appendix 3 serves to ensure that a diverse group of educators was consulted in the development of the proposal and that support across the educational cascade has been given for the specific proposal. This group of educators should include leadership at the district and school levels, as well as classroom teachers and caregivers. Please note that partnership applicants must provide a completed form for each member of the partnership. Appendix 4 is required for all applicants. Applicants must attach results of building level reading tiered Fidelity inventory secondary level edition and screening items for secondary schools for proposed model literacy sites in grades 6 through 8 and or grades 9 through 12. Applicants proposing model sites at schools that have not administered the RTFI and will not be able to complete an administration of the RTFI with Fidelity prior to submitting the application must submit a detailed explanation as described in the RFA, including the planned administration date to occur before December 21st, 2020. Information on how to become a facilitator of the RTFI is available on the website for the Michigan Integrated Behavior and Learning Support Initiative. To complete Appendix 5, applicants must complete the model site identification list. The template is available as an Excel file on the department's website. This appendix must be completed to include all requested for details for each proposed model site. An example is included at the top of the spreadsheet to assist applicants in completing the appendix. Partnership applicants are required to complete Appendix 6, identifying the partnership members. Contacts for each organization that has agreed to participate in this application as a partnership member should be listed. As we close our video, please note that all documents pertaining to the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Subgrant Limited Second Round application are available on the department's website, as well as many resources that may assist you in completing the application. To access the application and the Comprehensive Literacy State Development webpage, go to the Ohio Department of Education's website at education.ohio.gov and search for the key term comprehensive literacy. Thank you for viewing the Comprehensive Literacy State Development Subgrant Request for Applications support video. If you have any additional questions, please email comprehensiveliteracy@education.ohio.gov.